Yes, welcome to everyone once more. Welcome to another Mikey Live. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson. And guess what? It is always my pleasure to just be here with you to host a program, to talk to you about what's happening in Grenada, what's happening in the Caribbean. This is what we call News Discussed, Not Told. We take a look at some of the big stories that's happening in Grenada, as well as some of the big stories that's happening in the Caribbean. And sometimes we go even wider than that. We go internationally, of course, to see if it's something that's happening in Texas. Or, once it pertains to us, once we may have some form of interest in it, then of course we'll let you know about it. So again, I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program. Folks, we say that this is news discussed, not told. All right, now for those of you who have not yet done so, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and share the program. You see, when you share the program, that's how other people get to know that we are here and that we are live. We are coming to you live via Facebook as well, and you can check us out on our YouTube link. Yes, we also send you that link straight through YouTube. All right, so folks, let's talk about some of the items that's making the news now. Viral video of woman naked in the streets of St. George. When in fact St. George's, the city. We could talk about that. Police is still searching for escaped prisoner Byron Bernard. All right. Another thing that we have to tell you about is the Caribbean drought. Yeah, the Caribbean drought. So I think that is one that is rather interesting. Okay, so we're going to share that with you in a moment. Yeah, because you might say, okay, we're in the hurricane season, ting. We could talk about that in a while, all right? Vendors market in St. David. People, imagine that. Vendors market in St. David. We're going to talk about that. It's all again, all the tongue just now, take all the time. Hurricane watches in effect for some of the Caribbean islands. We'll tell you those islands, and missing woman rescued in TNT, and now we have police officers implicated in the whole kidnapping business. We could talk about that, all right? And the cops' story in the Texas shooting of a St. Lucian is simply not adding up. So we're going to tell you about that one. Very interesting. And St. Lucia is also preparing for impact of Isaac. So that and more we will tell you about in a moment. We want to let you know that the headlines here was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emirates International. Now, after you've shared the program, fix up yourself, get yourself comfortable, because it's real news you're going to get in your Lily Lulu. We're taking a break and come back with the big stories.
Heritage Theatre presents Breaking Out, a new full-length drama written and directed by Christy Riggs.
Louisa, will you marry me?
Boy, you crazy?
I love you, Louisa. I'm serious.
You reach love real quick.
Breaking Out, opening Saturday, 29th September at Marisho Theatre and continuing.
But I still love you, Richie.
You love me and you're hard me. Breaking Out, a story of love, challenged, tested and driven to its very limits.
He's the love of my life, Auntie. You have to marry a man for other things besides love, child.
Breaking Out, a story of high drama and suspense.
I'm gonna count to 3, and when I'm finished, you should already be walking towards the door. 1, 2.
Wait, so you're gonna just shoot him down like a dog?
Breaking Out.
Yes, I, Grenada, Carrico, Pidimonic, and the rest of the world, we want to welcome you to another Mikey Live. Folks, this is where it all happens. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. Now, it's always a pleasure to host the program. It's always a pleasure to be here. Now, we want to welcome the people on WPG10 for joining us. We want to welcome the people on Facebook, and as well, those of you on YouTube. Folks, there are a lot of things that we have to tell you about tonight. Now, some of the stories are very interesting. What you're going to hear tonight, viral video of woman naked in the streets of St. George. Now, that is one that's very interesting and has sparked some very interesting reactions. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Escaped prisoner Byron Bernard. Police needs your help. And we're going to tell you something about the Caribbean drought. Yes, we are in the hurricane season, but you'll be hearing about the Caribbean drought. There are some other things that we need to tell you about here, folks, on Mikey Live. Vendors Market in St. David. Very interesting development, a vendors market in St. David. And hurricane watches in effect for some Caribbean islands. Missing woman rescued. That happened in Trinidad and Tobago, and find out why police say, please do not defame their members. We'll tell you about that. And cops' story in the Texas shooting isn't really adding up. And that's the shooting of St. Lucia. We'll tell you new developments as it relates to that. And St. Lucia prepares for impact of Isaac. We have all that and more to tell you about tonight on Mikey Live. We want to remind you that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International. We'd like to encourage you to share the program. When they share the broadcast, that's how other people get to know that we are live. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, is the real news in all Lolo. Stay tuned.
Heritage Theatre presents Breaking Out, a new full-length drama written and directed by Christy Riggs.
Louisa, will you marry me?
Boy, you crazy?
I love you, Louisa. I'm serious.
You reach love real quick.
Breaking Out, opening Saturday 29th September at Marisho Theatre and continuing.
But I still love you, Richie.
You love me and you're hard me. Breaking Out, a story of love, challenged, tested and driven to its very limits.
He's the love of my life, Auntie. You have to marry a man for other things besides love, child.
Breaking Out, a story of high drama and suspense.
I'm gonna count to 3, and when I'm finished, you should already be walking towards the door. 1, 2.
Wait, so you're gonna just shoot him down like a dog?
Breaking Out, starring Robert White and Lisa Grappy James. Breaking Out, an opportunity for taking out the entire family.
This ad complements Quartz Grenada Limited.
Hello, how can I help?
I don't have anyone I can talk to.
I don't know what to do. Don't worry, sir. This call is confidential. It's girls. Like, really young girls. I can't stop thinking about them. Don't worry, sir. We will get you the help that you need.
My mom won't believe me, but when she's on night shifts, my uncle keeps visiting me. I can't stop him.
Don't worry, miss. We will make sure you never have to deal with this again.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines. Glace. A clean home is a Glace home.
And the case is distributed by Fortune Foods Limited. We'd like to again welcome everyone who's on the program. Possibly there might be some people who are here with us for the first time. And as we always say, it is always a pleasure to just have you on, you know. And as we interact, you remember that you can leave your comments in the comment section, providing that there's something about a story that you like to see. Of course, we do not restrict anyone. Once your comments are respectable and it doesn't defame anyone, then by all means we welcome your comments. All right, so again, welcome to another Mikey live program. I think now we are ready to go. Again, those of you who are just joining us via WPG10, we want to say how much of a pleasure it is for us just for you to be here. And the first person who is currently viewing on WPG10 to text I am viewing to the number 414-9995 would receive some free credit. Compliments, Digicel. All right, so the first story that we want to tell you about, boy, is that police, they are still asking for your help in locating Mr. Byron Bernard. He has once again, for the third time in fact, escaped lawful custody, and they need your help. All right, now he is approximately 5 feet 5 inches tall, dark in complexion, with dark brown eyes and black hair. Anyone seeing Byron Bernard or has any information in relations to his whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 440-3921, 440-2266, the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, St. David's Police Station at 444-6224, Police Emergency at 911. There's a hotline as well that you can call and, you know, give a little something without having to reveal your identity. That number is 444-1958, or you can also call the nearest police station. Now, according to police, Bernard may be armed and dangerous and should be approached with caution. Okay, so folks, we are moving on to our next story. Now, the next thing we have to tell you about by Wendy's women to face South Africa in the Sandals International Home Series. Now, the reason why we are telling you is, of course, our lady, our very own player. And of course, you know, on this program, we like to, you know, elevate our players, or elevate the people who are at least going out there and making a name for themselves and, you know, making us proud as a nation, just that they are there. So, Afi Fletcher is our very own. Big up, all you, big up Afi Fletcher. You understand? Wendy's women, they will have a chance to test how ready they are towards their World T20 title defense when they face South Africa in the ODIs. They're saying there will be 3 ODIs and 5 T20s. That's going to be running from September 16 to October 6 in Barbados and Trinidad. All right. Now, Stephanie Taylor, she captains the 15-member squad to face the 6th-ranked South Africans who would also be in the same group in the ICC World Women T20. All right. Now, that's going to be in November. All right. Now, the players, they are very good players. But my focus is on Afi Fletcher, that Grenadian, again, on your screen, who is part of the squad. They were able to bring home the Women's World Cup tournament, the T20 champions. Look at us on the screen. Afi Fletcher, sorry. All right, so big up Afi. We're moving on. While we're on sports, right, I want to tell you about some balls. Yes, the prison gets some free balls. President of the Grenada Football Association, Chenny Joseph, on Monday, he made a presentation of 7 balls to Her Majesty's prison at Richmond Hill. Now, on the screen as well, accepting the balls was Superintendent Nichols. All right, he welcomed the gift and said that he believes it's needed and it will help in recreation for the inmates who participate in the prison football program. And you know, Chenny and them, they were saying that they were happy to do that. Coach as well, Nat Simpson, he was there as well, and Mr. Garvey Wilson. All right, that's the former national footballer. So they were all there, and they made the presentation. I find it a good gesture. You know, things happening in the country. You understand? Things happening in the country with regards to sports, you know, all these friendly gestures and things, you know. So, yeah, why not? Why not? All right? Or give them a clap and thing now. Why it is? Give them a little clap and thing now. Yeah, man. Prison get free balls. Never hear that yet. Oh, God. We go in. All right, all you. Now, this is rather important, huh? This is rather important. The Caribbean drought and precipitation monitoring network, CDPMN, is urging regional countries, listen to this, to monitor water. Monitor water, and we're talking about their water resources. Now, this stems some concerns that parts of the Caribbean are experiencing and will continue to experience less than normal rainfall. Now, the network is expressing concerns over short-term drought that can negatively impact water catchments, reservoirs, and other rivers and lakes. Now, the organization said that most countries experience moderately wet to severely dry conditions, making water levels somewhat unpredictable. Now, the organization is urging the necessary authorities to monitor water levels carefully and put the necessary frameworks in place to conserve water for its citizens. So here in Grenada, that will be like Nawasa or so. But here's what is important is not just that you take this information and say, okay, well, you know, it's Nawasa's responsibility, or if it's the government's responsibility to ensure that we do whatever we have to regulate water usage and to ensure that we have enough supply for its citizens. But I also think that it is our responsibility as citizens to ensure that we do not become subjects of you know, low water supply or even no water supply. You know what I mean? Which brings me to the point that in 2018, if you do not have a water tank attached to your house, then something got to be wrong with you. Point blank. All you get all the water organized, okay? Point blank. That's what we're saying. Get all the business organized, because this is interesting. Now, unfortunately, for the next story, I am not able to show you any footage because it's not appropriate. I'm not even going to say what's breaking the internet. I would say probably what's bothering the internet people. Now, we are faced with a concern here in Grenada of a video that has gone viral. It's on WhatsApp. All the other messaging platforms, it's been circulated. I've received the video several times by persons, and this time it was different. And when I say different, I mean that though it was a video of a naked woman, somewhat, persons were not happy. And I like that. So on one end, we have persons are angry about the circulation of the video, not necessarily the circulation, but the recording of the video. And on the other end, you know what? When did we become so cold and heartless? Now it appears that a woman that many persons would have seen walking around, know her very well, is probably experiencing some mental problems. And as such, have found herself exposing herself in the heart of the city. In the heart of the city. And you have men or boys, because men wouldn't do that, instructing her on camera, people, instructing her to further expose herself to the cameras in the middle of the road. Vehicles passing, them boys laughing, kiki kiki kya 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 kya. Woman naked. Young girl. Young girl. You know? I tried to message an officer to find out whether or not Grenada Police is looking into this. Because it is downright shameful, disgusting to say the least, to see that we have become so cold as a people, to violate a mentally or apparently mentally disturbed young woman in that manner. Now listen to this. People know her as being very normal, you know, so it has taken some people by surprise to see that she was behaving in such a manner. Some people were shocked. But I know this woman. What's going on with her? But it happens. It happens to people. For whatever reason, mental problems come about. You understand? So today I was happy on one end to see that we were standing up. A lot of Grenadians were standing up against that sort of exploitation. You know? Standing up against that sort of exploitation. But let's see whether or not anyone will be arrested and charged for this. Probably at the time they was doing it, they were not aware that that's not legal to do in Grenada. But let's see. I do not know who the persons are who did the recording, but you could have heard some of them, their voices, and so, you know. We're moving on. How are we looking for time? Again, we had to big up all the viewers on WPG10. We see that we have a winner for the credit. Maybe we may just be able to reward more than one person. All right? But anyway, people, we're moving on. A good story to tell you about St. David's. And we monitored this on MTV. You know, we don't reinvent the wheel. If they have a good story, we think. We're not like others. We don't copycat and steal people's ideas and their creativity or their creative work and pass it off as if it is ours. We don't do that. Here, we recognize good work. Doesn't matter who does it. We recognize it. And we credit the people who do the good work. Huh? So we monitored a story on MTV pertaining to a vendor's market in St. David. And we thought, why not? It's a story that I'm happy to share with our viewers. This is MTV's piece on the vendor's market.
We want to be very clean and clear. We don't want no NNP jersey, NDC jersey. We don't want this kind of thing here. If you come and buy, it's okay. But once you're a vendor, you're not allowed to put on anything that is political because it's for everybody.
One of the organizers of the St. David Vendors Market is appealing to vendors to not make the initiative a political one. The setup at Red Gate, St. David, gives persons an opportunity to sell a variety of items. Sherry George says the vendors market, which started Saturday, will continue every Saturday.
People have things in the pipeline concerning St. David market, but it never really come into fruition. It never really happened. So 5 of us get together from St. David and we decide that we will do that. And you know, it came quite easily. Not a political something. We need everybody to get involved. And especially the farmers. We're not seeing them today, but I believe that this thing will continue and the farmers will follow suit and everything will go nice for us. Okay, today look quite nice for us and we thought about it and we think that we'll go every week. You know, because if you try to lapse, then that's it. So we got to continue, and as long as people are hearing, people will tell each other and it's going to get bigger and better. You know what we realized too? That this thing might get so big, will get so big on us, that we will have to have quarterly or monthly meeting with the vendors. We don't want nobody stealing anything from people's place and come and sell here. So they have a registration fee of $20. We have a suggestion box that people are going to put their queries. And if you want to donate to the event, to see the event continue, we will appreciate that very much.
One of the vendors, Carol Salab, who normally plies her trade in St. George's, believes the vendors market is a great avenue for persons in the parish to purchase products at a reasonable price.
As a Grenadian, we heard about it in the stadium. I mean, for everybody, whether it's from St. David's or not. But I thought it was a very good idea. You know, I have some stuff that I need to get off, and here is the perfect spot for people to come and get things reasonable. Yeah, but a lot of people was expecting to see vegetables this morning. A lot of people came out with the intention of having provision and so forth, you know. Well, I know provision is scarce right now, but we must have some kind of local stuff here.
Hilary Gabriel is another vendor who applauds the organizers of the event for taking on such gesture. She too is appealing to the farmers to come out with their produce.
I think it's a wonderful idea for St. David's because we've been marked by a parish without a town, and I feel this initiative is going to grow, and we need to bring vendors together. This is about St. David's, and I think we need more local vendors to come out. People came this morning asking for provision, and I think we hope by next week, God's willing, we'll have more provision. And I must tell you, we'll have breakfast. So you come, you get everything here. And I believe the vendors who are out there and hearing this today should come out next week. Walk with your table, walk with your chair. You have a tent, walk with the tent, and just have fun. It is all about St. David's.
A number of persons are in high praise of the launch of the vendors market, where they have the opportunity to purchase products from their own.
St. David's is a sleeping giant. All we are doing here is just trying to generate activities in the community because everything is heading along south. We're just trying to, St. David's is a dominated oasis. We're just trying to get things operating. I'm here to support because I'm organic, because of patriotism, national development, and it's not political, it's just social.
I think this vendors market for St. David's is very important. You'll hear about vendors market all over the place, but St. David's have nothing. So bringing a vendors market to St. David's, it will be a good for the people of St. David's.
MTV News, Donessa Pancho.
Thank you, Donessa, and the MTV for that's a brilliant story, if you ask me. I'll give them a nice good thing now. The people from St. David's, a nice story, but also it's a nice initiative from the organizers and the people who are instrumental in making it happen, making it a reality, because it's something that they've been talking about for a while. So show them some love. I see someone is talking about the people that got burnt and so on. We did speak about that last night. Now, the last thing that we heard was that the 8-year-old was still being treated for burns at about 60% of her body. That's the information that we received yesterday. Yeah, so yeah, that was a tough one, boy. Now, the next story that we need to tell you about, boy, is Isaac. Well, you know that today Isaac was downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm. It's, you know, because it's just borderlining. It's a very strong tropical storm, and it is very likely to become a hurricane again, as it has been forecasted to again increase in strength at some point in time. Now, there are some islands who are actually bracing, and we will tell you in a moment about St. Lucia. But Isaac has lost some organization as well as it moves quickly westward. So here are a summary of watches and warnings that's currently in effect. Now, a hurricane watch is in effect for Guadeloupe, Martinique, and Dominica. And a tropical storm watch is in effect for Antigua, Montserrat, St. Kitts, and Nevis. Now, here's what. A hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area. Interest elsewhere, like in the Leeward Islands, is asked to monitor the progress of Isaac, as additional watches or warnings will likely be issued tonight. All right, so we have to take note of that as well. Now, at 8 o'clock tonight, the center of Tropical Storm Isaac was located near latitude 14.6 north, longitude 52.2 west, and Isaac is moving towards the west near 17 miles per hour, which is about 28 kilometers per hour. And this general motion is expected to continue for the next few days. On the forecast track, Isaac is anticipated to move near or over the central Lesser Antilles on Thursday, move into the Eastern Caribbean Sea Thursday night, and move into the Central Caribbean Sea by the weekend. Now, its maximum sustained winds are near 70 miles per hour, which is about 110 kilometers per hour, with higher gusts. Isaac is expected to be near hurricane strength when it moves through the central Lesser Antilles, with some weakening forecast afterward on Friday and Saturday. Tropical storm force winds extends outwards up to 105 miles, which is about 165 kilometers from the center. Now, the estimated minimum central pressure is 996 millibars, which is about 29.42 inches. In terms of hazards and so on that they're warning the islands of, rainfall, Isaac is expected to produce total rainfall accumulations of 3 to 5 inches, with isolated amounts near 10 inches across Martinique, Dominica, and Guadeloupe, with 1 to 2 inches anticipated across the remaining Windward and Leeward Islands. Now, in terms of storm surge, a storm surge of 2 to 4 feet above normal tide levels is possible near and to the north of where the center moves through the Lesser Antilles. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. In terms of wind, hurricane conditions are possible within the hurricane watch area by Thursday morning, with tropical storm conditions possible overnight Wednesday in both the hurricane and the tropical storm watch areas. And in terms of surf, swells generated by Isaac will begin to affect portions of the Lesser Antilles on Wednesday afternoon. Now, these swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult with the Met Office and so on if you want any further information, or you probably can call NADMA. Speaking of NADMA, they have been sending out periodic releases saying to Grenadians that, of course, we need to be prepared, although we do not have any immediate watches and warnings for Grenada, but you are to monitor the various media outlets, including Mikey Live, for any change to that. All right? How are we looking for time? We're moving on nicely, right? Good. For all the people who are just joining us, we want to say welcome. All right. So, all you, there was this woman, let's put it in context for you, all right? In Trinidad and Tobago, there's this woman who was missing. Say she was kidnapped and so they were trying to find her. Well, earlier, she was found. Pretty woman, you know? Yeah, she was found. So here's what. Her name is Natalie. They said that she was rescued by police last night. No ransom was paid for her release. Now, the commissioner of police said that the mother of 3 was in good health and unharmed. Now, the police had a press conference and thing. Well, hold on, I will tell you about that just now. So there was the Express, Trinidad Express, right? The news outlet. They said that they were told that 2 police constables were in custody being questioned in connection with the kidnapping. They said 2 police officers. That's according to the Express. However, them Trinidad cop, the top cop, say, listen, y'all stop defaming the force and the members of the force. Nothing so. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Services, They say that they are asking persons. Okay, hold on. What going on there? Hold on. Sorry for that. All right. They say that they are asking persons. Yeah, we get you. Sorry for that. All right. To stop. They're asking persons to stop it here. That's my bad on the black screen. All right. We're good to go again. Huh? They're asking persons to stop saying those kind of things. Stop using social media platform to circulate news of a certain police officer alleged involvement in the kidnapping of Natalie. They say nothing so. They say to cease and desist from circulating of that sort of information. But hold on. Let we take with time. We ain't rushing the brush. We go monitor the business. Eh? We go monitor the business because they say where you smoke. You know what I mean? They say where you smoke. Right. So we go monitor the business. What you find? All you. Now, there's a story that I have to tell all you about. You all remember we were telling you there was going to be a candlelight, a vigil tonight for the young man who was killed by an off-duty officer who was at the time wearing uniform. Texas now. Right, so today they had a nice little vigil, boy. Nice little program they had. But that's not what I want to tell all you right now. There has been an update in the case, people. Now they are saying that the police officers' account of what transpired that night isn't quite adding up. We're making it up. We're telling all you. They're saying that her story isn't quite adding up. Because now witnesses are saying she was heard saying, "Let me in, let me in." They said that they heard the white dollar cop knocking on the door and shouting before she shot her black neighbor in the apartment, in his own apartment. She was heard knocking on the door saying, "Let me in, let me in." Now this contradicts a story that she told. You understand? And may put her in some hot water. Time will tell. So that's what the neighbors are saying. They heard those things before the gun went off. So this disputes her claim that his door was ajar when she arrived at it. They say seconds before she shot him, Jean, in the chest, one neighbor said they heard her saying in the hallway, knocking on the door, you know, and yelling, "Let me in." They say that another neighbor then heard gunshots and afterwards claimed to have heard a man shouting, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" You know, that is his grandmother and I think he's one of his family on the screen there. You know, they had a memorial service, like a service and thing. That's where the picture come out. The picture on the screen, family mourning. We had to put it on the screen to show the effects of them kind of business what's happening. You understand? They say that those were his last words. Huh? Those were his last words. Why did you do that? So they are saying now that they are looking into her story and the credibility of her story. Because the neighbor's account significantly undermines her claim that his door was ajar when she arrived at it after returning home. Eyewitness video, I was trying to get the video for all you too, from the scene, also emotional. It shows her, the shooter, pacing up and down the hallway afterwards. They say that she appeared to be shaking and crying as she held on to the phone to her ear. They say minutes later, a team of EMTs arrived. They were trying to resuscitate him and try to get him doing, they were performing CPR on him, couldn't show the video. I can't show the video. Huh? No, she telling police no, because she got arrested and thing no. That she had never met the man before, Jean before. She never met him before Thursday night when she killed him. She said that she thought he was an intruder in her home when she arrived mistakenly at the front door. She said that she gave verbal commands, but he ignored them. And so she was forced to shoot him in the chest, in the torso. Well, I never hear that yet. You go in a man's house, breaking, what the, well, I never hear that yet. Huh? No, she's saying that she only realized that she had entered his apartment and not her own after she shot him dead in the dark, then turned on the lights and then called 911. She got arrested on Sunday, 3 days after the incident, you know. 3 days following the incident, that's when she got arrested on a manslaughter charge and was released on $300,000 bail. And sorry, $300,000 attorney bond. I want to say it properly. Huh? They say now it is in the hands of a grand jury to decide whether or not that is the appropriate offense or if she should be charged with murder. Yeah? So they were saying, why did it take so long? 3 days to arrest. You remember, they was not even releasing she name on her. They're saying too, it is unlikely that she could have mistaken Jean's door for her own because he had a distinctive red doormat at the entrance of his apartment, and I saw her apartment had a brown one with some little colorful things on it. I don't know, you know, some little art on it. So the mats in front of the doors were very different. Yeah? So this is a story that we need to monitor. You hear? We're not letting that one just go just so. There are just too many. And Texas, I don't have to say more about Texas. It happened in Texas. You understand? So I don't have to tell you more about that. You see? We're moving on. We're going back now to tell you that St. Lucia is preparing for impact of Isaac. You know, there was a story that we monitored there that we want to share with you at this time. All right, and we monitored this story from the HTS News Force. All right, here's that story.
Isaac is now a tropical storm, but forecasters say it remains strong as it moves towards the Eastern Caribbean. For St. Lucians, the advice from the Met Office is remain vigilant and monitor official sources of information. Director of Met Services, Venantius Descartes, says experts are watching the system closely.
It was downgraded because it encountered some, hostile conditions. But it is tracking westward, and it is expected to regain strength and, get back to status of hurricane, and then downgraded again before it reaches the Lesser Antilles. Nevertheless, it will be a strong tropical storm, and it would be near hurricane strength by the time it approaches the island chain.
Descartes says a feeder band will affect the island on Wednesday afternoon. A feeder band refers to a line of thunderstorms near a tropical system.
Between now and tomorrow, the weather should be, what we usually expect, fair to partly cloudy conditions. But come tomorrow, say from about 8 o'clock in the morning to sometime during the day, maybe around 2 o'clock, we expect a feeder band from this system to start affecting St. Lucia. Just a band. We expect rainfall from it. No, we don't expect a lot of wind, strong winds, but we expect some rainfall.
Isaac is expected to dump rain on St. Lucia from the wee hours of Thursday, September 13th.
From 2 a.m. on Thursday to 2 a.m. on Friday, then the system will be crossing the island chain. so it will be at the longitude of the island chain. So that is when we expect the peak conditions from the system. As far as the system is concerned, for the winds, we don't expect to get tropical storm force winds from this system, and that is if it remains on the projected track. But as you know, things can change. If it's a strong system, if it dips a little, probably conditions may worsen. But from 2 a.m., from around 2 a.m. on Thursday to 2 a.m. on Friday, we expect rainfall, some heavy showers and thunderstorms, and we expect in the region of 50 to 70 millimeters of rainfall from this system. But like I say, if it dips and it gets closer to St. Lucia, rainfall amounts may increase to even higher.
The Met Services Director says, while there is no need for panic, St. Lucia is not completely in the clear. He is urging the public to listen to official sources of information and take all necessary precaution to protect lives and property. Liz Andy Boville, HTS News Force.
All right, thank you very much for that. And yes, so thank you very much for that. All right, and we are moving on, folks. What we want to do right now is to take a quick break and invite you as well to share the program and stay with us, because what we have coming up next is interesting. We have the National Report. Stay tuned.
Listen to what you had to say and turn up the old rules, because losing what you paid for is just wrong. Now, lost data and talk are a thing of the past. Only Digicel gives you unlimited rollover data and talk. Just buy and renew your Quick Pick bundle before it expires and keep what's rightfully yours. Never lose what you don't use. Go to My Digicel app to bundle up and roll over today. Digicel.
Does your laundry detergent have enzymes to fight stains, remove bacteria and odors while being gentle on your hands? Does your laundry detergent have a natural lemon scent, easy rinse technology, and fabric softener to protect your clothes? If you answered yes, then you must be using Glace. If not, what are you waiting for? Glace laundry detergent is made with a 4-in-1 advanced formula and is phosphate-free, making it safe for the environment and safe for washing machines. Glace. A clean home is a Glace home.
Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, located in Mungay, St. George, is your final stop for all your auto sales and rentals. We sell a wide variety of used cars in mint condition for the best price on the market. We sell all the popular makes and models of vehicles. If we don't have it, we'll order it for you. Or, do you have a vehicle that you want to ship to Grenada? Then we'll do that for you. And if you need a vehicle for a few days, we also rent vehicles, both short and long term. See us today, located next to the Deco Service Center, or call 410-7475 or 422-9615. Final Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, Grenada's best.
Stove broke down? At Quartz, we've got one for you. Or how about a bigger TV to binge watch your favorite show? Family game night is more fun with one of the sets we've got. Or take your home fitness to the next level and find the perfect mattress to help you rest better. Plus, you can shop now and win $5,000. At Quartz, we've got it all. Well, maybe not everything.
All right, folks, and the next thing we have for you right now is the National Report. Stay tuned for that.
CARICOM delegation to make a brief visit to Grenada to discuss ICT with the Prime Minister on Wednesday. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back with the details to the news for Tuesday, September 11th. I am Wendy Edmonds. A high-level CARICOM delegation will be in Grenada on Wednesday to update Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell on matters relating to ICT. During the weekly post-cabinet briefing, Senator Nolan Cox, Minister for Youth Development, Sports, Culture and the Arts, said the meeting will also focus on the single ICT space.
One of the initiatives that CARICOM is looking at is having ICT as a single space where we can collaborate in terms of information, looking at CARICOM probably having a repository so that other countries, Caribbean countries, can access critical data using ICT. This meeting tomorrow is leading up to the meeting of ministers of ICT, which will be announced at a later date. So this is a very important development for us, and we hope that this initiative is one that will bear fruits, not just for Grenada, but for the region as a whole.
Following the meeting, a press conference will be held in the Cabinet Conference Room on Wednesday. The resource persons are Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, who is lead head with responsibility for science and technology, including ICT in the CARICOM Quasi-Cabinet. CARICOM's Assistant Secretary General for Trade and Economic Integration, Mr. Joseph Cox, and CARICOM's Deputy Program Manager, ICT for Development, Ms. Jennifer Britton. It's been described as the biggest England tour for 10 years and the biggest tour to the West Indies by any team in the foreseeable future, and Grenada is getting its share of the pie. Early next year, England will play 3 Test, 5 one-day internationals, 2 of which will be held in Grenada, and 3 2020 matches. Grenada will host its one-day matches on February 25th and 27th of 2019. During Tuesday's weekly government post-cabinet briefing, facilitated by Sports Minister Senator Nolan Cox, there was a representation from Cricket West Indies senior team manager, Grenadian Ron Lewis, former West Indies fast bowler Ambassador Joel Garner, along with Cricket West Indies Communications and Marketing Officer Dominic Warren. Warren says it will be a very exciting few months ahead for Cricket West Indies and the government and people of Grenada.
In the context, what's exciting about this tour, it's probably the biggest England tour there's been for 10 years. And in terms of the West Indies, we know that an England tour is a huge piece, both in terms of profile, but also economic impact as well. Not least driving interest in the game and hopefully driving young people to get inspired by West Indies performances. It's probably going to be the biggest tour to the West Indies by any team for the foreseeable future as well, because the ICC is putting together a World Test Championship schedule. So the fact that there are 3 Test matches, 5 ODIs, of which there are 2 in Grenada, and then 3 T20s, the likes of which we might not see for another 5, 6, 7 years. We just do not know. So coming back to Grenada specifically, and the 2 ODIs, again, where it gets very interesting, let's talk on the schedule first and who we're playing. England as world number 1s currently in a World Cup year, which is going to be in May, June. Massive preparation for us, probably the biggest test in cricket right now for the team to play against England.
Manager of the West Indies senior cricket team, Grenadian Ron Lewis, says he is excited about the 2 one-day matches at the Grenada Cricket Stadium after playing cricket there for a number of years.
I don't know yet how I would feel walking into the stadium with that maroon blazer come the 25th to sit on the balcony as the manager of the team, because this is something very dear to me. The sport, because that's what made me, that's what have me where I am today, that gave me everything that I have. So it's a very, very good feeling. I was just waiting on I waited on the moment when we would have international cricket in Grenada. Cricket West Indies, you know, have a lot of credit to take for that, and also the government of Grenada and Grenada Cricket Association and everyone. So now it's left to us to just put everything together so we could continue to have cricket. Because I think Dom could probably explain this a little bit better, that now you could know how many matches you'd have up until 2023 or something like that without bidding for it. So, once cricket start playing in Grenada, we just have to keep improving in every area, personnel, everything.
Sports Minister Senator Nolan Cox responded to concerns about the malfunctioning of the electronic scoreboard at the cricket stadium. He says government, through the Ministry of Sports, has already looked at it as one of the critical components of hosting the games, and plans are in motion to address the problem.
As recent as this week, we had our partners, development partners, technicians from the People's Republic of China were toured the facility with the view of assisting us in terms of repairing whatever issues that we have, and in terms of the aestheticness, seats, whatever challenges that we have, technical and otherwise, to have that ready for 2019 games. And one such is the scoreboard. We have not had a feedback from them as yet as to how we're going to address that, but we have discussed as a ministry alternative approaches to addressing that. As you may know, there are several service providers in Grenada who have digital screens, and they can perform that task as well. So we have already contacted them, prompt them to let them know that there is a strong likelihood that we will be looking towards them to providing service, not just for the scoreboard, but also for the replay screen as well.
Ambassador Joel Garner, a former West Indies bowler, spoke to the issue of the performance of the present West Indies cricketers. He says they possess the ability, but there is need for them to work harder to get results.
If you don't put in the effort, you're not going to get results. And like I said to Dominic last night, if you don't prepare well, you prepare to fail. And most of the problems that we will have is because limited ability can only take you so far. If you don't make the necessary sacrifices to get to the level that you want, you will never get there. When you go back to the time when we were playing, you had any one of 15 fast bowlers vying for 4 places. You had to be at the top of the game. Not only that you had to be at the top of the game, but you had to keep fit and keep performing, because when you fail, the next fellow who's going to take your place, you're not sure when you're going to get back. So, you know, it is not easy. It is not going to be easy to get back where we were, but then attitudes will have to change as well.
A local organizing committee will be put in place to ensure all is ready for the successful staging of the games. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then suddenly saw we hear bang, crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and Sedera.
Welcome back with the National Report. After a 9-year absence, the prominent Grenadian cultural feature is making a comeback. The Ministry of Culture reintroduced the Festival of the Arts during a press conference on Tuesday. Registration runs from October 1st to the 19th, while the preliminaries will take place from October 26th to November 9th. The semi-finals are carded for November 26th to the 30th, and the final on December 6th. Deputy Chief Cultural Officer Suzanne Jones-Benjamin says the festival has been the platform for several successful cultural icons in Grenada and is therefore an integral component of the Ministry of Culture and its development to the cultural product. She outlined some of the reasons for the festival's 9-year break.
We are very short-staffed. Personal resource, financial resource, and that is what the long years, the long break. But we're happy that this year we are able to bring in persons from the ministry, and we have had other divisions like the Arts Council have come on board, because we do not have any right now in the department who can judge art pieces. We are very limited in that regard. We don't ever have anybody in theatre. Mr. Bina Vincent is from St. Joseph Convent, Grenville. So we have collaborated with these persons to ensure that Arts Festival is a success this year.
Culture Minister Senator Nolan Cox says that there are many talents that need exposure, and his ministry is ensuring that they will be given the opportunity and support.
This, the Greater Festival of the Arts, to be reintroduced for 20. We believe that every Grenadian have an opportunity to display who they are, who we are as Grenadians, and to ensure that every aspect of our culture is displayed throughout the world. I encourage you to participate and support the Greater Festival of the Arts by becoming a sponsor, a participant, an adjudicator, a coach, or just being in the audience to witness our preliminaries and our finals as we endeavor to host the 2018 Festival of the Arts.
And that's a wrap for the National Report for today, Tuesday, September 11th, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
Alrighty, you would like to say as well, thank you to Wendy. Wendy, you do a good job all the time. The people on Mikey Live would just like you to say, big up. All right, folks, I see that we are running out of the remaining time that we have, so we have to start wrapping up tonight's program. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue to monitor the weather, because I know that a lot of people really would like to know what's going to be happening and so on. And we're not going to be leaving you wanting. We are going to continue to communicate with the Met Office, in fact. All right, for any new developments, I don't care if we have to come on 3 o'clock in the morning, bet your bottom dollar that we will be here with you. All right, for your weather, we see here coming from the Met Office for tonight, mostly fair with a low chance of some showers later on tonight. All right, tonight's minimum temperature is going to be about 25 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters, and there is no advisory as it relates to sea advisory or any adverse weather conditions advisory at this point in time. All right, there may be an advisory for Thursday, but we will tell you more about that. In terms of the weather for tomorrow, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a medium chance of some light to moderate showers becoming more frequent overnight. And the temperature max is expected to be about 31 degrees Celsius and minimum 23.5 degrees Celsius. That's going to be a little chilly. Winds northeasterly to east northeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. So there you have it, the weather for tonight, and we also just gave you for tomorrow. All right, folks, before we go, maybe we could just, as usual, as customary, say hello to some of the viewers on the program. Those of you who are live with us, I'm sorry we cannot say hello to the people on TV, but that's fine. You could probably send us a message. Yeah, probably you could send us a message, right? Send your message to 414-9995. But here we have Barbie, Ala, we have Melly, we have Garvin Alexander, Shireen James, Ezran, Tammy, we have Shermaine, we have Sharon Rush, we have Trevelyn. All right, I see we have Pauline looking via WPG10. Hello to you, Pauline. We also have Hazel. We have Esther with us as well. We have Raybon, did I say Angel and Nika? And we have Adonna with us as well. So all the people who are with us, we want to say thank you for viewing Mikey Live, and we're looking forward to a very interesting program tomorrow. God's willing. There are some stories, as usual, that we are working on. Evelyn, how are you? Princess, Monica, a lot of the names are coming in. Yes, Ezra, and big up. My mom is there. Hi, Mom. Spice Girl is there as well. Khadija, and did I say the ambassador, Allah? Did I say Kirin as well? Did I say Doria? So big up all yourself, all right? Suzette is with us as well. Big up to yourself, Suzette, and Sharon. I see that you're with us as well. All right, so Sharon, big up your whole self. And all the names are coming in. All right. Big up to Veronica. Veronica, big up yourself, okay? And Llewellyn, big up to you as well, Llewellyn. Red Pepsi. Ronisha, all right, good. All right, guys, all right, that's enough. Big up all yourselves, and we will be back with you tomorrow, God's willing. Let's go. Are you ready? So you are ready, I am ready. Let's do this thing as we usually do. All right, if you have not yet done so, please go ahead and share the program. That's how other people get to know that the program has happened. All right, now go ahead and do the share business. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say, ja! No. Good night, everyone. We'll touch base tomorrow, God's willing. Good night.
You're looking so sweet. Where are you going to? I look back now.
You don't know, baby, how you mean? Now zoom zoom the east up. You don't know. Everything is yours. Can't look, it is yours. Yes. The first time we met, you come out to church. The next time we met behind a big truck. I see, oh my God, Christian getting worse. What kind in a teaching, they give in the church. Now bump up doing the limbo, while I doing the shango. Girl bend over and bubble no while I unleash the long torpedo. You the kind of girl I'm married to, and make my child mother. The things you do to me, I have to say, you are the best. Keep up the good works. You are the best. Keep up the good works. Girl, you are the best. Keep up the good works. You are the best. Keep up the good works. Everything is yours. Girl, look, it is yours. Girl, take it is yours. Receive it is yours. Girl, you are the wickedest wine, so trouble bottom for me. Even though she have a man for me, she always honey. Sipping on some NSA, my buckler on chinani. Rolling with the highest grade, my grandma makes her granny. No bump up doing the limbo, while I doing the shango. Girl bend over and bubble no while I unleash the long torpedo. You the kind of girl I'm married to, and make my child mother. The things you do to me, I have to say, you are the best. Keep up the good works. You are the best. Keep up the good works. Girl, you are the best. Keep up the good works. You are the best. Keep up the good works. Everything is yours. Girl, look, it is yours. Girl, take it is yours. Receive it is yours.
Everybody get mad, so come on up. Are you ready? Okay. I get in and bar, playing a java, drinking up, girl, drinking up. All day. Everybody, start to work. What? All of me head, but I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I play mass, I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm falling over and I'm getting up. The Roman, I just make me go down. Wait, I said it down, Amala. Big Shakala. Walk your ladder. Make them baller. I said it down, Amala. Big Shakala. Walk your ladder. Give me a wave. I can't wait to reach in the party. I get in a body. Money up in my pocket. I get in a body. When I get naughty. She get in a body. Rest the man in the party. What's this mustard with the tumbling? Jump shelling place like we got it. Bring the rum, let me done it. All the wind body now. Jump me black and we study now. Girl, I love me done it. Hey, jump. All of me head, but I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I play most, I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and I'm getting up. The rum and others make me go nuts. Sing it out, I said it, jump, Amada. Big Shakala. Walk your ladder. Make them baller. I said it, jump, Amada. Big Shakala. Walk your ladder. And then we sing. All day. I'm getting on bada playing a job. All day. I'm getting on bad. Low. All who have a rag, put it up in the air. All who have a rag, put it up in the air. Send everything with there. Give me a word. 1, 2, 1. All of me head, but I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and I'm getting up. The road, all you jump. I said he jump, Amada. Big Shakala. Walk your ladder. Make them baller. I said he jump, Amada. Big Shakala. Low. Send a bit. If all you ain't giving up, put your hands up. All you ain't giving up, put your hands up. Low. Leave your hands there. All you leave it there. Leave it there. We're making our way on the cocktail tree. Wave on the cocktail tree. Are you ready? 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. All of it. I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up. I'm playing my I ain't giving up. I ain't giving I'm falling down and I'm getting up. Romanite, Romanite. This side, yeah. Face down so. This side, yeah. Face down so. Okay. We're making a run. 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1. All in, there we go. All on me head, but I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and stay right there. We going back so. Somebody say back so. 1, get ready. 2, get ready. 1, 2. All on me head, but I ain't giving up. 1, I'm falling down and Low. He falling down when the judge is there. Put your hands up. All you know when the judge is there. Point the judges. Point the judges. Point the judges. Point the judges. Wave. Send them music on. Everybody, all of it. I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and I'm getting up. All who rep Grenadian flag. All who say our flag is the best, put your hand up. Leave your hand there. If all you ain't giving up, we're having to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Now give me a left, right, left, right. All on me head, but I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. Hold on. We run left to right, and we run right to left. I want all you go down by the judges. I want all you tell them, send them and say, give it up. We going for the crown. None of them fuck around. We going for the crown. 1, 2, 1 for the crown, all of it. I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and I'm getting up. Somebody say aye. Somebody say aye. Somebody say kick it. Somebody say oh shit. If all they ready for the finals. 1, get ready to win. Get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. I ain't giving up. Yeah. Are you ready for the dance? I say the jam, abala, big sakala, walk your ladder, make them bala. I say the jam, abala, big sakala, walk your ladder, make them bala. Somebody say what's worse? Somebody say aye. Somebody say kick it. Somebody say hold them. I tell you this year they're dead. I'm taking all the crown. I'm for boys the head. None of them can beat me. Body on their bed. Wait. I ain't giving up. I'm playing my side. Look, before I go, all of it in Father God, 2 hands in the air. We love we life, or we love God. Wave. Right. Everybody, all of me head, but I ain't giving up. I'm falling down and I'm getting up. The Roman orders make. Give me a jump. I say the jump. Abala. Big shot collar. Walk your ladder. Make them bala. I say the jump. Abala. Okay. Walk your ladder. Walk your ladder. Aye.
Well, if I don't care, and you don't care, so come on now. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, machine go. When I reach you go, machine go. When I reach you go, machine go. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, machine go. When I reach you go, machine go. When I reach you go, machine go. Well, now I reach you go. Start to the mass, we this my gas. Once you get left it over, pass me the glass, we fill up. Call up and my walker. Come to mass, we go choke that. All the rum, we go drink that. Once you get them just 1, 2. Well, when we go like that, it's not good. Here we run from, fuck the girl and random. Where she come from, I'm falling out with jungle. No, she just born, she don't have no condom. She don't care, she don't care, she don't care. I say she don't care, she fling it up anyway. I say she don't care, and she don't really mean well shit. I say she don't care, now she say that she's ready to play. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach to go, my shit go. When I reach to go, my shit go. When I reach to go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach to go, my shit go. When I reach to go. When I reach to go, my shit go. Now I reach to go. When I reach to go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. Well, now I reach to go. Start to the mass, we this my gas. Once you get them bend over, pass me the glass, we fill it. Call up in my poker. Come to mass, we go choke that. All the rum, we go drink that. Watch it, y'all let me do it. 1, 2. Well, I can be seen. Yeah, I'm not this bossy. Just left by chunky bossy, but now all they ready. In the band now we are ready. Well, my son steady. Come up on a gun, now she back up in. She don't care, she don't care, she don't care. I say she don't care. She feeling up anyway. Because she don't care. And she come really mean well shade. I say she don't care. Now she say that she 1, 2. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go. Good night, Grenville. My name is Easy. And I have a message to deliver. You see, after this, deliver my message, we go in down so. Down so. We go in down so. Down so. Down so. We go in down so. One drop, one drop. Down so. Listen carefully. Machito. They say to stay in your section. Well, my section is up on the top. And if you're looking for confirmation, not this is your first stop. I want all you listen carefully, cause I go say this one. My name is Mr. E, so just listen to my... I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. Look. Grenville, I don't come to stay long. I want all you to do 2 things for me before I go. I want all you to sing for me. On the count of 3. On the count of 3. 1. On the count of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go. When I reach you go. Nah, hold on. One job, one job. All you could do better than that. All you could do better than that. Do better. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go. Now I reach you go. Now I reach you go. Everywhere we go. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, my shit go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. Now I reach you go. When I reach you go, my shit go. Everywhere we go. Start to the mass, we this my gas. Once you get left it over, pass me the glass, we fill it. Call up when the man poker. Come to mass, we go choke that. All the rum, we go swing that. 1, 2, 1, 2. When black and peace, we have a bend up boss. Just let my jockey boss even know all you're ready. You never know we are ready. Well, my son said, fuck up on her, you know she 1, 2, 3. She okay, she okay, she okay. I say she okay, she fling it up anyway. Because she okay, and she come in it well straight. I say she okay, Glenville sing for me. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, mash it go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, mash it go. No, I reach you go. When I reach you go, mash it go. Everywhere we go. One more time. I don't care, I don't care. When I reach you go, mash it go. When I reach you go. When I reach you go, mash it go. No, I reach you go. When I reach you go, mash it go. Everywhere we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't care. When I reach you go, mash it go. She go mash it up. When I reach you go, mash it up. Mash it up. When I reach you go, mash it up. Mash it up. Mash it up.
National Stadium, put your hands together. Welcome out of St. David's. Wash with applause. Little Natty and Thunder.
Everybody safe, nobody not keep up the pace. A lot of drinks and we don't want to go to waste. We see corners in the air, but I got oil on my face. We got oil on my face and we come to wreck the place.
Nobody talk, that is all we That's when I say get in your section. Everybody running down this way. Everybody running down this way. Right? Give me the water, give me the water. 1, 2. Listen. When soccer ball are done and we live in the stadium, because he would never come out, that he has turned down with the ground. Listen. You want to hold on to something, but he ain't hold on to nothing. They should call him the queen. He could never be the king. Run! Run! Everybody!
Yo, section. Trini Campinos, big up yourself, I see you inside the place, man. This is Soca Mona. Hold on to something, National Stadium. Are you ready for German Army? With some more boys?
Good evening, my soca brothers and sisters. It is with great soca intention that we congregate today to witness the deliverance of our soca king, Brother Boise, who has been possessed by a soca spirit.
This possession did not start today. This possession started way back in 2012. Who remembers Paul Robinson? In 2015, he kindled an unsoca tree. In 2015, he kindled a battalion. In 2016, he hit the boulevard. In 2017, the intention was there. Brother Soviet, blessed. This man is untouchable. He was possessed by a very powerful man. He carries the spirit of the father of soca. Yes, Sophie. There is nothing more we can do. The only way your son will have peace of mind is if you let him go to the National Stadium. Even if you understand, hold on. Even if you are in the ground, even if you are in the judge's land, hold on to something.
Right,
Well, I
We gonna put them to a test on the ground. Watch it, come on. Do this for me. Cinco. 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 Do this, Cinco. Cinco. On your way. Wait. In the stand, Papi. Papi. Say Papi. Papi. Say Papi. We gonna do it together now. Watch me right now. Say Cinco. 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 Say Cinco. West Cinco. Cinco. Everyone. When everybody's at the so come on up. Love it. All boys and fans inside the show me a signal. My fans, you are my motivator. You are my strength. You keep me going. We don't bother with bad mind. Right now we gonna burn out all bad mind. In this stance, if you hear me, I just want you to do this for me. Do this for me. I said to turn it around and around and around. Turn it around and around and around. Turn it around and around and around. Turn it around and around. Turn it round. Turn it. Everywhere. When everybody says up. Get tired. Get tired. Get tired. Take me down. Right on. Right on. What's with? You like Croatia? You know how to reach the final, but you don't know how to win the final. Calm down! Oh, you calm down! Everybody calm down! One drop! One drop! Money don't should be the for true. To be this and they're coming you. Wait, what if all you want to be me? This is not a singing key. You should have been my shot to help him. Don't give me the intention. They put you in with the biggest song. Wait, don't call me white again. From the night, so I am. What the fuck did I do me? I can't hear them with me. Why would not they do me? No, why not they do me? No. All you turn down all the singing key. All you turn down the singing key. They want to be this king. This is not the Radio Monarch. This is the battleground. Radio wrong and point the judges. Judges stand. Point the judges. Judges stand. Point the judges. Bad squad is going down for them. Hold on. On your wait. We go in. Wait. We go in. Look at on the key. Wait. We go in. Wait. Everybody. Stop telling us to panic. Go ahead. You can tell me. What's on here? Steady. Hold on. Hold on. Steady. All you realize, they put up whole heap of barrication. That don't matter. My fans, I, Jilon, Olive, from St. Patrick's, aka Crown City, love you to my heart. All you come to me, 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 my fans, come to me, right now, come to me, come to me, come to me, come to me. Something can aim it up, buddy.
take it to them. I want you to know something real different. One thing I learned. United we stand. Divided we fall. We don't come in and separate nobody. I want the whole stadium to hear from me. From there, right there, over there, in the top there, VIP, right by the judges. They got the wrong around when everybody stand up. Take down the lights. Take down the lights. We go pump it like this. Watch how we pumping it. Well, everybody, and up in the air for me. Step up there and up in it. Last way, in the air for me. Step on the ground, well, everybody stand up. My fans, I love you. Something telling me to call it. I love you.
Somebody say boys in
Yeah.
Hot up in the front, hot up in the front, hot up in the front, hot up in the front. I don't know I'm ready for mass. Just give me the clocky, cause that is me gas. I don't know me come shell, I'm the train and all. I'm not jumping head first in the barrel. If you know you're looking pretty and you don't come on for mass, move well and get your pass. And if you know you're looking pretty, you don't come on, we're going in front, we're going in front. Only job in the front, only job in the front, only job in the front. No one not pretty much in the front. Only job in the front, only job in the front. Watch me, I want you push now. I want you push through, push the crowd, you push it now, push through, push the crowd, push the crowd, push through, push the crowd, you push it now, push through, push the crowd. All job in the back, I say come to the front. If you have a smoker in a saltfish in your mouth, look out, we holding our blood, blocking in the front. We rush to the stage and push them bad man. If you know you look pretty and you don't come on, move well and get jump. And if you know you're looking, you don't come on from us. Move. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab in the front. No one knows. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab. One push. Push through, push the crowd. Push it now, push through, push the crowd. Push the crowd, push it, push it. Push through, push the crowd. Push it now, push through, push the crowd. If you know you're looking pretty and you don't come out for mass, move well, lady. And if you know you're looking, you don't come out. Move. Only jab in the front, 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 only jab in the front. I want you push through, push the crowd, push through, push the crowd, push through, push the crowd, push through, push the crowd. St. Andrews, how you feeling? I love you. My name is JSWHD. A lot of artists, a lot of people know me as Juice. Yeah, this year we brand and thing, man. All of them looking nice out. All looking nice. All looking sexy. Sexy job in the place. All right. Somebody tell me, Juice, you're the backup singer. You should stay in the back. I don't stay in the back. That's all, I don't stay in the back. I have something to say. Spit. Somebody say tell them. Somebody say tell them. Somebody say tell them. Alright. Boys, he getting crazy. He think he winning crown. Somebody tell Dash. He sing the wrong song. What's the antenna? All them better sit down. We come one woman. When I hit this stadium. Push through. Push it down. I tell them don't push it down. Push through. Push it down. Push it down. Push it. Push it. Push through. Push it down. Push it down. Push it down. Push through. Push it down. Only jab in the front. 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 No. I wonder, you see our section right here? That is my posse right here. I want to see a wave. I like that green and that flag right here. I want you to wave. Right now I want you to wave. I want you to wave. Alright. 1, get ready to wave. 2, get ready to wave. 3, push through, push it down. 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 And if you know you're looking pretty and you look how much for mass, move well and if you know you're looking pretty, you look how much for mass. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab in the front. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab in the front. Push through, push it down, push it down, push it down. Push through, push it down. Push through, push it down. Push through, push it down. No, Grenville all your bad, I tell you all your bad. All your bad like 10 crab inside of one bag. My name is Juice, and I come to sing. Yo, I don't care who going to win. Tell them I'm mad, tell them I'm mad. When we reach town, somebody gets sad. Tell them we mad, tell them we mad. Wham! I want you to push through, push it down. Push it, push it, push through, push it down. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push through. Push it down. Push it, push it, push it down. Push through, push it down. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab in the front. Only jab in the front, only jab in the front, only jab in the front. Good, but I love you. Push through, push it down. Push it, push it, push through, push it down. I want you to push through, push it down. Push it, push it, push through, push it down. Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. Don't wipe the glass, man. Don't wipe the glass, man. Who bringing the fastness? Hey man, about half an hour now you have the glass in your hand. Let me take a shot, man. Stop wiping the glass. Can't stop records. I see. Don't wipe the glass. Watch it there, let me pass. Don't wipe the glass. Who bringing the fastness? Don't wipe the glass. Don't apply, they calling them. Don't wipe the glass. Hold me and baby, no if no matter no maybe. When we beat up the, you know the jam never lazy. Energize a bunny, the real do where they call me. Don't wipe the glass, watch it there, let me pass. Don't wipe the glass, who bringing the fast hits? Don't wipe the glass, don't apply they calling them. Don't wipe the glass. This one hot like brother Tatosa. When we link up with Virgin Sosa, he give her the woman overdose. Don't apply them can't come run your move. Let me take a shot of the same moment I buy. Don't hug me glass, I say, move the counter fly. Don't wipe the glass, watch it there, let me pass. Don't wipe the glass, who bringing the fast hits? Don't wipe the
as we land down. Somebody like to play job, but he doesn't play job. Somebody like the head pad, but he like we head.
Show me where the rum there. I'm beating it like a hunter. Got me a counter. I still up here in a mante. Only a hunter. I only run like I want it. I want it. From the time I reach it home, I just taking a shot. Soon as I land down, I day up in that. Chop a big little aljo and he taking a bath. You know the job high, but you know they are no crowd. Cause anywhere the rum there and anywhere the drum there, a little bit of girls say we there up in that. She run just like a pumpkin, I blast her like a pumpkin. She tell me that she love me, girl, I play in your smile. She no drinking that kind of super. Hey, hey. She fishing nice and she fish, she keep girl away. Hey, hey. As I get a jam, well, you know I gonna don't play. Hey, hey. And I walking girl, and I walking girl, and I walking girl, and I walking girl, I don't fret. Show me where the rum there. I'm beating it like a hunter. Got me a counter. I still up here in a mante. Only a hunter. I only run like I want it. I want it. From the time I reach it home, I just taking a shot. Soon as I land down, I day up in that. Chop a big little aljo and he taking a bath. You know the job high, but you know they are no crowd. No, they are no crowd. Gimme, gimme. As you see a London, gimme, gimme. I black just like a phantom. Gimme, gimme. The job come out from Gotham. Gimme, gimme. Just gimme, gimme. Show me where the rock there. I'm beating it like a hunter. Got me a counter. I'm here in a mountain. Only a hunter. I only run like I want it. I want it. From the time I reach it home, I just taking a shot. Soon as I land down, I day up in that. Chop a big little aljo and he taking a bath. You know the job high, but you know they are no crack. No, they are no crack.
Sights, Impact Jones. Boy, every year they trying all kind of thing to stop the job. They say no reptiles, no chain, no mass, but that could never happen.
They cannot stop it.
No way.
They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? They cannot stop it.
Never.
They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? Bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila.
Over years I realize they don't want the job survive. More they try to fight us down. More job to go come in tongue. If the job don't have a chain, that could make the job insane. When you see we dress in black, ain't no way I'm stopping that.
They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? Bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila, bibilim, 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 bibila.
We done had the oil already and finished paint up the posy. So how they could want to stop it when the whole wide world just love it? It's chapter we come to play, so don't come and bother way. We blacking up any day, and job is yet to stay.
They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it.
bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla. Over years I realize they don't want the job survive. More they try to fight us down, more job them go coming down. If the job don't have a chain, that could make the job insane. When you see we dressing dark, ain't no way of stopping that. They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? Bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla, bibbling, 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 bibbla. They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job? They cannot stop it. They cannot stop the job. They cannot stop it. How they go stop the job?
Pick up the real job, the Lafayette job, Mount Rich job, St. Paul's, Bedmotter, Windsor Forest, New Glen, Adrian, Tito, Poodle, Slum, Jackson, Compare, West Point.
No stand up. No stand up, big.
Keep it real, man. Keep it real, man.
No stand up. No stand up, big.
Keep it real, man. Keep it real, man.
Job. No stand up, big. All a girl and just jam on it. Yeah. No stand up, big. All a man and just take a play. Job. Don't tell me that. You don't see how the boom boom fire. Yo, man can see that. All I make everything look that. You get your boot. Your toy she foot. Your woman no business. You have a man. She have a man. Just understand. Nobody no business. I drinking anything. Strong man with a Heineken. I drinking anything. Stand up there like a mannequin. What? Don't say nothing. Hold a buckle and Listerine. Girl, don't say I mean. I beat it up like a tambourine. Job. Don't stand up there. Hold a girl and just jam on it. Girl, don't stand up there. Hold a man and just take a play. Job. Don't tell me that. You don't see how the boom boom fire. Yo, I can see that. Hold I make everything look that. You get your boot. Your toy she foot. Your woman no business. You have a man. She have a man. Just understand. Nobody no business. What's happening? Women just in a panty string. What? Look at that scene. Them girl exposing everything. Yo, just look at that. She played mass with a booty cat. Just repeat that. She played mass with a booty cat. Job. Don't stand up there. Hold a girl and just jam on it. Girl, don't stand up there. Hold a man and just take a play. Job. Don't tell me that. You don't see how the boom boom fire. Yo, man can see that. All I make everything look that. You get your boot. Your toy she foot. Your woman no business. You have a man. She have a man. Just understand. Nobody no business. I drinking anything. Strong man with a Heineken. I drinking anything. Stand up there like a mannequin. What? Don't say nothing. Hold a buckle and Listerine. Yeah. Don't say I mean. I beat it up like a tambourine. Job. Don't stand up there. Hold a girl and just jam on it. Girl, don't stand up there. Hold a man and just take a play. Job. Don't tell me that. You don't see how the boom boom fire. Yo, man can see that. All I make everything look that. You get your boot. Your toy she foot. Your woman no business. You have a man. She have a man. Just understand. Nobody no business.
And yes, my heart is heavy, and I just wanna get it off my chest. By any means necessary, I celebrating heavy, cause I don't know if I'ma be next. Cause me grandmother tell me before she go, when your daddy gone. And then the Bible say, one day he will evil comes, so let thy will be done. But as long as I have life, I celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, I don't know when my time will come. So I celebrate. If you happy to have life, let's celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, you don't know when your time will come. So let's celebrate. Celebrate party, no, no, no. Like we on our last breath, we on our last breath. Celebrate party, no, no, like we on our last breath, we on our last breath. Put your hand in the air now, take a jump with your friend now. Cause you could see them today and then tomorrow they gone. Nothing that you could do when your time is due. And then your name called, there's no more you when you gone. My grandmother tell me before she go, when you're dead you're done. Yes, I believe it. And then the Bible say, one day he will come, so let thy will be done. So let thy will be done. But as long as I have life, I celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, I don't know when my time will come. So I celebrate. If you happy to have life, let's celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, you don't know when your time will come. So let's celebrate. Celebrate party, no, no, no. Like we on our last breath, we on our last breath. Celebrate party, no, no. Like we on our last breath, we on our last breath. The other day my brethren bury, and yes my heart is heavy, and I just wanna get it off my chest. By any means necessary, I celebrating heavy, cause I don't know if I'ma be next. Cause me grandmother tell me before she go, when you're dead you're done. When you're dead you're done. And then the Bible say, one day he will come, so let thy will be done. So let thy will be done. But as long as I have life, I celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, I don't know when my time will come. So I celebrate. If you happy to have life, let's celebrate. Cause so many people gone away, you don't know when your time will come. So let's celebrate. Celebrate party, no, no, no. Like we on our last breath, we on our last breath. Celebrate party, no, no, no. Like we on our last breath, we on our last breath.
The street that is attached to the bridge is called Queen Street, right here. Attached to the main street, which is Queen Street, is Diamond Street, going on this road. Okay, Shah is back. At the junction is the police station. This is where we're going to launch our first attack, right here. At the end of Queen Street, the medical station. This is our second attack. This here, C4. According to the Oxford Students Dictionary, the word rampage means to leap or prance about as an happy animal. Rampage. To be free rampage. In every way, in mind and soul. Be freed. Rampage. Rampage, rampage, rampage. So I get in a rampage, 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 rampage. When I drink me devil juice and I reach on the damn stairs, so I get in a rampage. So we get in a rampage. When I touch on the devil, I must go play now. This will not bother me. Know me and defend them. Beat up in the band then. Drinking cup of rum and singing rampage. Did you want them? Know me and defend them. Beat up in the band them. Just look out for my say anytime make it rich. Hear me now. Don't say we too wild. If you can't play my say you too fragile. From grown up to child. From we hear about mass we don't start to smile. Once you go then up in a session, you know we they in and really bad. Don't let me vote for them. Well consider me mass them. Well left side right side. Start jump up your sham room alone in a man cuff. Get gun bad so we ain't cramp up. Look no trouble. Get no hand off. Just them want to wine and get up. Them like it hard and slip up. My God, my Lord. Rampage. When I drink me devil juice and I reach on the damn stairs, so I get in a rampage. So we get in a rampage. When I touch young in the band, what I must have complain that this will not bother me. Know me and defend them. Beat up in the band then. Drinking cup of rum and singing rampage. Did you want them? Know me and defend them. Beat up in the band them. Just on something and lift up the ground like Jet Mary J. Rampage. When I drink me devil juice and I reach on the damn stairs, so I get in a rampage. So we get in a rampage. When I talk on the band, watch I must go play that. Listen not bad at me. Know me and me friend them. Beat up in the band then. Drinking cup of rum and singing rampage in you want them. Know me and me friend them. Beat up in the band them. Just look out for my say anytime make it rich. Hear me now, you say we too wild. If you can't play my sen, you too fragile. From grown up to child, from we hear about mass, you don't start to smile. Once you go end up in a session, you know we lay in and really bad. Let me vote for that, man consider me mass them. Roll left and right side, start jump up, the sham room alone in a man come get and bad. So we head cramp up, look no trouble, head no hard work. Just them want to wine and bend up, them like it hard and stiff up. My God, my Lord, rampage. When I drink me devil juice and I reach on the damn stairs, so I get in a rampage. So we get in a rampage. When I touch in the band, watch I must go play that. This do not bother me. Know me and me friend them. Beat up in the band them. Drinking cup of rum and singing rampage in you want them. Know me and me friend them. Beat up in the band them. Just look out for my say anytime we can reach. And when we reach down there, reach down there, reach down there. Watch a crazy mass we go play, we go play, we go play. And when we reach down there, reach down there. Watch a sick mass we go play. Through the breakaway, hold on to rampage. Damn stage, rampage, rampage. Watch a master go play now. This do not bother me. Friend them.
Troublemakers, rum drinkers, job players, all them stressers,
bank workers, carpenters, public workers, all plumbers. Start to get trouble, start to get trouble. When we start to get trouble, we go with some trouble. Start to get trouble, start to get trouble. When we start to get trouble, we go with some trouble. Get trouble,
get trouble.